A few mornings ago, Nina was standing in her kitchen trying to make coffee before work. Nothing dramatic, just one tired human attempting to become functional. And somehow, her friend's cat had already arrived for supervision. Not meowing, not pawing at food, just sitting there, watching, very seriously, like a tiny middle manager silently judging her productivity. Nina checked the food bowl, still had food. "Buddy," she said, "you literally already ate." The cat blinked, walked toward the kitchen, stopped, looked back, and somehow managed to communicate, "No, we are doing this wrong." And that's the weird part, because a lot of cat owners eventually ask the same thing. Why does my cat act like I'm failing at feeding them, even when there's food right there? And the answer is not as simple as they're picky. It's something a bit deeper. And honestly, a bit more interesting. 1. Your cat isn't seeing feeding the way you think. Let's start with a misunderstanding most people never question. Humans think, "I feed my cat," but cats may not interpret it that way. For them, it's less about a single act, and more about a sequence that always happens the same way. Same time, same sounds, same kitchen routine, cabinet opens, bag moves, food appears, and suddenly the world behaves predictably again. To Nina, this was just breakfast, but her cat treated it like something closer to a system update. Because cats are extremely tuned into patterns. Not just big routines, but tiny ones too. Your footsteps, the cabinet you open, the way you move before feeding, even how you stand in the kitchen. They notice it all, which explains something Nina started to realize. The cat often knew breakfast was coming before she even fully woke up. Not magic, just pattern recognition. And once you see that, you start to realize something important. Your cat isn't waiting for food. They're waiting for the ritual that predicts food. And when that ritual changes, even slightly, that's when confusion starts, which leads to something people often misread. 2. The full bowl but still complaining problem. This is where most owners get frustrated. You look down. Food is still there, and yet your cat is acting like survival is in question. But here's the thing most people miss. Cats don't just respond to food existing. They respond to how it feels to eat it. Think about this. Have you ever seen a cat eat from the middle of a bowl and leave food around the edges? That's not always picky behavior. Cat whiskers are extremely sensitive. When they constantly brush against the sides of a deep or narrow bowl, some cats find it uncomfortable. So from your perspective, the bowl is still full. From your cat's perspective, the eating conditions are unacceptable. Nina noticed this by accident. Same food, same amount, different shallow plate. Suddenly, way less drama. Now, not every case is whisker discomfort. Sometimes there's something else happening. Something more behavioral. Because this next part looks a lot like supervision, but isn't really about control. 3. It's not just eating, it's the process. Some cats don't just care about food, they care about what happens around food. You've probably seen this. Following you into the kitchen, watching every movement, sitting nearby like they're overseeing operations. It can feel like supervision, but it's actually tied to instinct. In nature, eating doesn't happen in isolation. It follows a sequence: hunt, catch, eat. Domestic cats still carry pieces of that structure. So when food appears out of nowhere, it can feel slightly incomplete. That's why play before feeding sometimes works so well. Even a short chase, a toy, a little movement. Then food. It creates a sense of completion. Not because your cat thinks you're hunting for them, but because their brain understands. Something happened before the meal. And Nina started noticing something interesting. The cat wasn't reacting randomly. It always showed up around the same moments, same routine triggers, same kitchen cues. Like the entire breakfast depended on the sequence being correct. Which brings us to something people often underestimate. 4. Free feeding removes the event. Free feeding sounds perfect in theory. Food always available, no stress, no waiting. But for some cats, it removes the structure entirely. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. No anticipation. No moment of now it happens. And for a pattern-driven animal, that can make food feel strangely unimportant. Or sometimes boring. Because if something is always available, it stops feeling like an event. Think about your favorite snack sitting in front of you all day. At first, it's exciting. Eventually, it becomes background. And this might explain why some cats ignore food, until suddenly they're loudly demanding it while standing next to a full bowl. Because sometimes it's not about hunger, it's about routine engagement. And Nina saw this pattern more clearly over time. The cat wasn't just reacting to food, it was reacting to the break in routine. And that leads to something even more interesting. Because your cat is also watching you. 5. Your cat is reading your routine. More than you think, cats are far better observers than most people expect. They learn your patterns quickly. Not just feeding times, but everything around them. Morning movement, footsteps, closet sounds, kitchen habits, even small shifts in energy, which is why they often appear before you even start preparing food. They're not checking a clock, they're reading behavior. Nina noticed this after a few days. She'd start her usual morning routine, move toward the counter, and the cat would appear instantly, every time. Like it had been waiting for a signal, only it understood. And that's the key. Cats don't need perfect timing. They need predictable patterns. Because predictability equals safety. And when the routine makes sense, the cat relaxes. Which is why feeding is not just about calories. It's about consistency. And if this is changing how you think about your cat even slightly, you already know what to do. Join us here at FurEver, because once you start noticing these patterns, everything stops feeling random. But there's still one more layer, and this one explains why cats sometimes act like they're emotionally involved in the process. 6. Feeding is also a shared moment. Cats aren't as emotionally distant as people assume. Many of them care deeply about shared routines, sitting nearby while you move around, following you from room to room, appearing during repeated daily patterns. And feeding time becomes part of that shared rhythm. Not just, I eat. But this is something we do. You appear. The routine happens. The world stays predictable. And for some cats, that predictability matters more than the food itself, which explains why they might wait near the kitchen, or watch you closely, or even yell until you acknowledge the process. It's not always hunger. Sometimes it's confirmation that everything is happening the way it should. And suddenly Nina's cat made more sense, the way it sat there, watching, waiting for the sequence to begin. Not confused, not angry, just expecting the familiar order of events. So that moment from the beginning, Nina half awake in the kitchen, the cat staring like a tiny supervisor, questioning workflow efficiency. It wasn't really saying, feed me. It was saying something closer to, the routine has started. I'm just waiting for you to do your part correctly. Anyway, I should probably go. My cat is sitting in the kitchen, staring at me like I've missed a step in a process I didn't know existed. FurEver.